Yeah, and more about I had daily update TV. So, obviously, you didn't come. Now, a breaking news, and I say updates no crab and say, almost say Justice Baffoe Bonie to travel abroad. Justice Puamai name acting CJ. Na yɛ sɛ Justin Baffoe Bonie otu kwan o so obetu kwan o. Abusua, nyɛ nyinaa yɛ maame get to talk no Chief Justice a Mahama suspended no. Na Mahama suspended no. Based on article a year constitution article 146 talking about the removal of chief justice na nyi nyina ne say ma me toko no omede petition bae no petition means Mahama de council of state emran so omo hwehwem no omo determine primary facie na omo determine primary facie no na je say Mahama no e was act according to the council of state recommendation and was set up committee say omo investigate maame no into was suspended maame no or suspended maame no filing interim injunction say or stop process no high court to go to gui or sa tam asem ne call ECOWAS community court asem ne to gui na ye morning the falling 8 heroes no ana breaking letter bi by say UK bar any commonwealth association order the president to reinstate here na no na lawyer Martin Pobu Eka say letter by any proper address, who are their directors, one is small. So this letter is a suspicious letter. Now Baffoe Bonie 2 hour 2 kwan. Ye bisa wo, ano de ye bisa. Asem na aba no enti na Baffoe Bonie akọ UK. And I say what 2 kwan ana ano de ye nya establish fact bia and I say more details in my but ye bisa no in question form say Baffoe Bonie kwan na what 2 in the connection of assembly na ban because assembly by na Baffoe Bonie so yede e took on the acting CJ say Poaman Justice Poaman and then take over as acting CJ because toko no N7 baby or keka kono or drag Ghana into a ditch as if say the president has astray from the law and the law what does the law say article 146 me person make an am discuss kakra o person who the full details article 146 and am kind in all not just say Baffoe Bonie Astormy UK. Yes, and I say allegedly, not allegedly, were 2 kwan. Yeah, were 2 kwan. Now, Bisa say, in relation to this case, and in relation to this case, because the same way by answer no why were 2 kwan. Yengo tie multiple of opinions are a free Martin which say why or moderators, why on a small, why on my dress away. They say letter no, it lacks details information. And ubekwa kutie political analysis, but also details. I would say Ghana is a sovereign country. Won't me enter baby order the president to do option. And go to previous conversation in an FR convention.
Because when the person, you see, the letter lacks that clarity. What exactly makes the suspension illegal? It doesn't answer. That's the main thing. For a lawyer, we place premium on clarity of thought. You see, clarity, cut to the chase. What exactly makes the suspension illegal? The letter doesn't answer. That's why I told you that. Listen, Charlie. No, it's a suspicious letter. But the letter lacks clarity. What is wrong? Are you able to say that, look, the prima facie is wrong in law? You have to be specific. What at all is wrong? I don't see it in the letter. That's why. And then I've already advanced the other reasons why I said everything put together. Look, even do you see that? Even a telephone number. It just said Bar Council of England and Wales. You know, earlier on, I advanced the reason of there's a lack of name and signature. And my colleagues on the show also agree. Let's also further add, there's not even a telephone number for you to call to verify. A basic, what do you call it, letterhead, right, will have the telephone number. If you look down there, you see only the website, it's even website of the Commonwealth Lawyers Association. When it comes to the Bar Council, unless maybe I rush, the so-called Bar Council, do you see a website where you will now go and look for the telephone number? The copy that was sent to me by a producer, I don't see. Maybe if I rush. Can you help me? Can you examine the letter again and see? Do you see a telephone number from the Bar Council?
Let me.
Do you see a telephone number? from the Commonwealth Lawyers Association. Do you see a website of the Bar Council?
Indeed, there's only you only see a website of commonwealthlawyers.com. You know that's the only website that's on the document.
I'm telling you, there are serious questions about this letter. Look, a basic letter, right? Official letter like this. It would have the what do you call it? The letterhead will have the leadership of the Bar Council. So let's say if Ghana Bar Association releases a letter with the letterhead, you see, let's get the difference. If it's not just a press release, but when it's a solemn, serious press release, you see the Bar Association, you see the logo, then you see telephone numbers, then you see the leadership of the bar on the letterhead. Every company, by law, in Ghana, and you know the British, they are even more advanced than us.
Yeah.
Yes, every company. So when we say company, we have limited and unlimited companies. So the Bar Association falls in the category of NGO, non-governmental. We are all using the same law.
Okay.
Your letterhead should have your office address, who are your directors, etc. So I'll be surprised that a Bar Association doesn't have office location, telephone number, the leadership details, president, vice. This. You Google online and then pull out one of the Ghana Bar Association letters. You will see a few of these basic things. This letter, actually, I want to hold my fire, but at least my colleagues have.
In 2025, suddenly you get a voice to say that listen and fidelity to his desire not only to preserve the Constitution of Ghana, but to defend him and to give a loud signal that nobody, whether they are 1 billion, whether they are 2 billion, can make him or any Ghanaian to defy the Constitution that we ourselves, we the people of Ghana, the sovereignty of Ghana, took upon ourselves. And so, listen, we should all stay calm. Let the processes continue. At the end of the day, what is going to happen is that the principle of probity and accountability that is being exhibited will be made stronger by this process. I'm done.
All right. Your own observation so far, the bombs being thrown from the corners of the associations, especially on the subject of the suspension of the Chief Justice. And then also now we have the Attorney General responding swiftly. And what the connoisseurs out there are saying, that this is an important association in where they are, their jurisdiction just don't have the power to be able to order the president, who they say has undertaken due process regarding what the Constitution says.
Yes, so, good morning to Ghanaians, good morning to viewers. Yes, one question that triggers my mind, based on the order that the Wills and Commonwealth Lawyers Association and then the Bar Council of England has thrown on Ghanaians, and specifically to the president, is as to whether they have the jurisdiction, these two associations actually have the jurisdiction to make this order or call to us as a sovereign state. And does the call or order intends to interfere with the legislative and then the executive wings of government? To me, yes, it is true that Ghana is part of the Commonwealth Association, but we also, as it is, have our independence. We have our sovereignty. We have laws in the country, that makes us different from other countries. So when it gets to this point where, certain decisions have been taken by the executive based on the Constitution of Ghana, and an association which let me say, an overseas association, comes up with a kind of order, I think that is quite unfortunate to the people of Ghana. But, Roland, I reading all these things, I see it as an advice.
What makes a city? Is it the roads? Is it the rivers or canals?
Nah. It's the people, mate. You lot. The passionate ones.
The ones who stand in the rain and the sky blues under the blue skies.
You're part of this great city, wherever you may be.
Petitions, all right. And you probably may want to find out as to whether, the concerns that have been raised, are something new, something that, certain things that the two associations have said differently from what we know in Ghana. I mean, when you go through the concerns that have been raised, all right, I think there are about 5 points concerns. And all these concerns are concerns that have been raised, previously, and it is not a different thing from what we have read in the news, all right. The first one is the issue of prima facie, all right, where the two associations believe that it is a breach, and that certain steps should be taken, with regards to the prima facie aspects of the suspension. They have also made references to Article 146, which, of course, we know, that a lot of people who have spoken, lawyers have spoken and probably given further interpretations of Article 146 and all its details. And so for me, it suggests that, yes, it is something that Ghanaians have actually discussed. And probably the courts, the committee, all other, institutions on this matter actually know. And probably that is what is equally guarding their judgments and all that. The third one has to do with the issue of the investigative committee, permitting the petitioner to use witnesses. All right. Mm. This issue has also come to the fore, and what has happened. And so for me, I believe that going forward, I think that if the processes and procedures that, are guiding the settlement of this particular, myth, I think that if there is anything that should be done, the due processes should be followed, all right? And once it doesn't contravene with the rules and regulations, the laws of this country, I think that, yes.
So in effect, you're saying that these two statements and bodies who have, issued the statement, they should be disregarded because due process is already being followed.
Yes, what I'm saying is that, looking at the concerns, the concerns are not quite different from what the things that we know, the issues that people have raised, since the beginning of this particular, issue, all right? And so I was rather expecting that if there was going to be a call, if there was going to be an order, then probably the Commonwealth Association could have, things to us, which of course we don't know, or which probably could help us, speed up this issue, and going forward. But if you are repeating the very things that we know, then of course, especially in situations where the courts believe that there are no cases regarding all these facts, then of course, I don't think that you have done us any good, as far as this matter and this call
is related.
Is concerned. Yeah.
All right. Well, I have a couple of comments. This one, Kofi Kwatingamen in Kukro says, please tell Lawyer Pierre Dankwa to refer them as an association, not council. Well, there are two of them, actually. They are associations, irrespective of how we want them to. And then Ameto Kwame also said, well, if you take a look at all the things that have been undertaken, you can clearly see that we have to disregard their statement.
I was in high daily update. So then I will share and subscribe. Article 146. And now my penny Mahama Eddie Ejuma. Eko Emberema. Until letter na buy no, a year lawyer Martin Bebu Ebusase. A hinfa ena o mampanyi wafo. Letter ni mupa hinfa pa na o mampanyi wafo. Na lawyer Martin Bebu Ebisa. I daily update so then I'll share no subscribe. A hinfa pa na o mampanyi Mahama wafo ewo letter ni. Because according to Article 146 no. Emrane say Omanpenyi ji prima facie case one fan come Council of State. That is the first move. And Mahama Krana on person the letter because ebe double yemi and sansan or the come Council of State. Council of State so in seminum. Omo tenancy ehwe mu no mu say there be yefe be prima facie. Say prima facie and determine then the constitution said the president can act on the recommendation of the Council of State. And the Council of State say Mahama and suspended a chief justice, and the constitution also said the president may suspend the chief justice. And it was for suspending chief justice on one committee to make sure that they investigate the matter. So that's what the Mahama is doing. And what the investigation team of the justice for Mahama etwano. Mamito kunuso wantiasia. We are abusing the right. We are filing number of injunctions and go through. So latest call file ECOWAS Community Court. It doesn't yield any report. And as I say, what they do Commonwealth, UK Bar and Commonwealth Group Association. And to the course when they say no, Attorney General so I reply almost say neither their instructions will stand. Yes. Their almost say a beba muno embem. Emarano ye juma. And the law is the law. Into Oshe Mami Tokunwa on one case as say the law is the law. Into Omanpenyi Mahama is using the law to fight this process. And then I may do be say for our comment here. It's a comment section. Like it. Na unyu ebisun sankemi. I daily update to TV so 24/7. Ye juma e de sumahwefo ne etifo. Enti me do be say me crowd na makofa nsem fofraba. I'm sure.